To set the context of this video to my viewers, I would like to tell that I have invited my very dear friend who is a software developer at Maersk, which is a very leading software company. Basically, it's a logistics company, but it has its hands on software company. So this podcast will totally delve into the entire nitty-gritties of how a person can transition from engineering background or any other sort of background to the software domain. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं इस पॉडकास्ट को एंड थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन प्रियांशु दैट मीन्स अ लॉट फॉर मी सो कुड यू प्लीज
Hi
गिव योर
Nishant, hi everyone. Thanks for having me over here. And I hope with like our conversation, your viewers will find it really helpful and it will bring some value in their life.
डेफिनेटली सो व्हाई नॉट वी स्टार्ट विथ योर बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन फर्स्ट so please introduce it to the viewers.
Yeah. So I have been born and brought up in Bokaro, Jharkhand, and I did all my schooling from CBSE school. And post 12th, I went to Andhra Pradesh for my higher education, which was computer science engineering. And over there, like in the 4 years of time span, I did various certifications, and I was a bit inclined toward development side. I used to do DSA and other things. And luckily, I got many job opportunities, which were, some of them were in campus and some of them were off campus as well. And yeah, that's pretty much about my qualification. And yeah,
So I would like to
like,
tell the viewers that he was not a very bright student, or in, let's say, he was not a very intelligent one, rather a very hardworking one. Could you please share some light
but
into that?
definitely was, but definitely was more intelligent than you. As
That is a
as to let the viewers know that we both were from same college, and Nishant was from EC and I was from CSE background. So, yeah.
ओके सो दैट वाज अ वेरी नाइस इंट्रोडक्शन। तो मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा कि जैसे तुमने क्या स्टार्टिंग से सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट को अपना करियर पाथ सोचा था, या फिर वाज इट लाइक सम अदर ड्रीम फॉर यू एंड यू टुक इट मींस लाइफ टुक यू समवेयर एल्स?
Well, initially when in school, when teacher used to say, like, whenever you go to a new class and they say, "Ki, tell your name and what is your aim or ambition in life," every time I used to say army, army, because it was easy to answer, and I was like bit fascinated that okay, army men have really disciplined life, and that was something I was striving for until in 11th, 12th, when I got to know about various other career opportunities. And there was one subject called as IT in our 11th school. So there, our sir used to teach us how to write loops and how we can print patterns and how we can write some small commands, which computer will very well follow it and give a output, and it was totally up to us, like however we will write it will just do that damn simple function. So it really fascinated me, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then got to know that every website which we are browsing, every social media sites or whatever it is, it's built on something like that only, like there is a logic behind it, and there are codes running behind it. So from there I thought ki, yeah, this is something which I would really love to do, and from there, my passion for coding and software field started.
So I'll tell you one thing that our viewers will be from the entire India, so it will be better कि हम दोनों भाषा में बात करें. It will be a mix of English and Hindi, so that in order to, so people who are not very much well versed with English, so they can understand Hindi also. So try to use both the languages.
Definitely.
So मैंने सुना कि तुमने एनडीए भी 2-3 बार दिया और फिर क्वालिफाई भी किया, एंड यू वर आल्सो रिकमेंडेड बट इवेंचुअली डिडंट टर्न अप टू बी योर ड्रीम प्लेस. सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दैट मींस?
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली जैसा मैंने बताया था कि लाइक इन स्कूल आई यूज्ड टू आंसर राइट कि आर्मी में जाना है एंड दोस थिंग्स। सो ऐसा नहीं था कि वो ड्रीम डायरेक्टली खत्म हो गया था, लाइक या सो इन 11th एंड 12th सब कोई चाहता है कि हमारे पास मल्टीपल बैकअप्स हो। सो बीटेक वाज समथिंग कि विच आई वाज श्योर अबाउट, बट आल्सो एक गवर्नमेंट जॉब, एनडीए एंड द थिंग विच आई हैव ड्रीम्ड ऑफ। सो आई गेव माई ट्राई, एंड उसका प्रिपरेशन अलग होता है डेफिनेटली। सो उसकी प्रिपरेशन भी किए थे, एंड हमने साथ में ही किया था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, एंड लाइक
यस
हम
यस.
हमारा सेंटर भी साथ में पड़ता था। and we used to discuss post exam as well कि how many questions we did. So those things I remember. And yeah, तो हमारा निकला एग्जाम एंड फिर एसएसबी के लिए I got a call from मैसूर सिलेक्शन बोर्ड, एंड वहां पर 5 दिन का एसएसबी था जो कि बहुत ही बढ़िया एक्सपीरियंस था. एंड या रिकमेंडेशन लाइक वो 5 दिन का जो कैंप था, इट टीचेस यू अ लॉट एंड इट्स रियली गुड एक्सपीरियंस. So definitely,
So
that was
weren't you
something
shattered a
which I
lot?
can
Means
count.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but तुम्हें ऐसा नहीं लगा कि
Yeah.
जब तुम recommend हुए, जब तुम्हारा फिफ्थ डे था, जब तुम when you were recommended by the board, but you were not in the merit list. So wasn't it a very means kind of बहुत ही challenging situation था ऐसे टाइम पे जहाँ पे
Yep,
तुमने अपने.
it was actually I gave my best, and that was my priority. India was priority backup, as in that time computer science was my backup, engineering was my backup. So I was like, there I used to get to call every now and every alternate day we used to get a call. We used to get to call our parents, and I was to tell my friends and family that hey, I'm doing good here. Chances are there that I will get selected. And I had made my mind in such a way, but when the result list came out and I was not there, it was
Mhm.
really shattering. But yeah, then there it is. Like when people say that always you should have a backup plan, so that backup plan came handy, and I was like I recovered anyhow.
Definitely. So, as I told to my viewers that he wasn't a very intelligent guy, but rather a very hardworking guy, and hard work really paved off. ये तो कहने वाली बात ही है कि जो ज्यादा मेहनत करता है वो एक्चुअली लास्ट में कुछ ना कुछ अचीव कर ही लेता है. So I wanted to ask my next question, that is, क्या कॉलेज वॉज रियली हेल्पफुल? मीन्स डू यू थिंक कि चलो कॉलेज वॉज अ टीयर 2 टीयर 3 कॉलेज, एंड तुमको लग रहा था कि एज एन कि मैं इस कॉलेज से पढ़ रहा हूँ तो मुझे उस लेवल पे अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगी, आई विल बी सिटिंग फॉर गुड प्लेसमेंट्स और अदर. मिस व्हाट वाज योर ड्रीम, व्हाट वाज वो, मुझे जानना है पूरा अच्छे से क्या था उस समय.
Well, actually, JEE means clear हुआ था, but like being from a general category, and backup plan was
हम्म.
completely कि I will go for a computer science engineering background. तो CSE तो मिलने से रहा with the rank which I got, but then I was like, okay, I can't waste my year in in preparing again, taking a gap year. So I just took this college. College was big, quite good, and like they used to advertise a lot about their placement cell and technical hub. Technical hub actually in our college was a department which used to provide certifications or all kind of
हम्म.
assistance for career growth. So that fascinated me, and I thought, okay, chalo, this college could be helpful. My expectation from college was, nothing much, but like college is someone who makes you aware with different companies. They are kind of a bridge. Some company
और
makes
अगर ऐसा
bring
होता
very
कि,
good college.
हाँ, सॉरी,
Mhm.
और ऐसा होता कि जैसे तुम जिस उम्मीद से गए हो कॉलेज और उस लेवल पे वो कंपनीज नहीं आ रही होती, तो फिर तुम कैसे ये करते उसको टैकल करते.
Definitely. It was not just one thing. Initially, like the college, the companies which they were bringing were very, low paying company. They were offering the CTC of around 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. That's it. It was,
हम्म.
but it was not that, okay, I was having something in my mind that, okay, I won't sit for those as well. I sat on every opportunity I got, to be honest. My first company was DXC, which was offering a CTC of 4 LP, and it also took 2 rounds of interview, and I cracked it, and I was chalo, at least some backup I got. After college, I won't sit and do something. At least
ओके
my
ओके.
experience will start. So, but post just not I was not just only applying for companies which college is bringing. Apart from that, I was participating in different hackathons like TCS and QT, and then Wipro Turbo thing. And then during that time, there was one company called as Ecolite had started their own hiring global talent program, something like that. They had some challenge. I went to the very last round of that company as well. So William 3 was also one of the company which I got off campus. So there were many other companies as well. But yeah,
हम्म.
it's upon us that whether you are satisfied with if you think you are very much, if you are in very good college, that's the difference between tier one and tier three college, that if you are in tier one, your efforts reduces. You don't have to do much around, outside of campus ki, okay, what company, because
हम्म,
you will get ample amount of opportunities. You will get sufficient companies आएंगी, बहुत अच्छी अच्छी companies आएंगी. But हमारे कॉलेज में when you are not in that, so हाथ पैर मारते रहना होगा in short. You will also have to look दूसरे दूसरे career pages में कि कोई off campus opportunities है क्या. तो
ओके।
ऐसा.
तो तुमने बताया कि तुम 4 LPA वाले पे थे एंड यू आर नाउ इन दी वेरी गुड प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी, सो इफ यू कैन मींस आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू एक्सप्लिसिटली, बट अगर तुम बता सको कि व्हाट इज योर करंट सीटीसी एज एन नॉट एग्जैक्ट फिगर बट अप्रोक्सीमेटली, सो दैट विल बी वेरी मोटिवेटिंग फॉर द व्यूअर्स।
Okay, so I can't tell you, exact figure, but
You can tell the
like
range.
DXC
Tell.
was for,
Hmm.
yeah, DXC was four LPA, right? So I can say that currently I am somewhere around, 5x or 4x of that, more than
Got
or
it. Got it.
around that range.
That is really very overwhelming, and that is entirely your hard work and your perseverance, which actually paved off. So, okay, so any of the online courses that you find that was really very helpful, उस time पे people would mostly follow gigs for gigs, and GFG was a very means was a boom at that time. People used to follow, and I also personally used
Definitely,
to.
yes. Yes, I have also used those websites. Some of the top helpful material and coding preparation platforms were, like, for me was GFG was one, and for practicing DSA, Hacker Earth, and LeetCode were
Okay.
the ones, and then like mm, yeah, and I was more into cloud. I was into
Hmm.
cloud certification and Salesforce also. So for that, there is a different path which we can talk someday later. But okay, so
Hmm.
apart from these coding and articles,
Okay.
uh, platforms, there were some different materials as well which I was following.
Okay. So you were working as an as a software developer in Apisaro. Then after that, you switched to Maersk, right?
Yeah, actually in my third year I got placed in Apisero, and there, like, I was working as an associate software engineer. Then
Hmm.
I got in my final year, I got an opportunity from Merckx, which was as an intern role. So I had to make a decision that I have to switch my full-time opportunity as an associate software engineer, and I had to pick as a intern. Where they had a clause, ki, okay, we will keep you intern for 6 months, and then we will, based on your performance, we will give you a full-time offer. So that was a gamble which I played. It was not a gamble, it was very pretty straightforward decision, which I guess anyone can take. Why? Because the company was very different, the role offered was very different, the tech stack which I was doing in Epicero was completely, particular to a particular technology, but here I was getting opportunity to pick a generic tech stack, and the company was very big, as everyone is aware of. So I took that
तो
call.
अगर तुम बता सको कि अभी तुम करेंटली किन टेक्नोलॉजीज पे काम कर रहे हो और क्या वो मतलब अभी बर्निंग टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं और उनका उनका डिमांड क्या है मार्केट में, और तुम स्टूडेंट्स को क्या सजेस्ट करोगे जो अभी एस्पायरिंग है।
Well, the tech stack which I'm currently working on are, like, I am basically a software developer, and my tech stack are Java, Spring Boot, and
हम्म।
Maven, and then for cloud technology we use Azure, Kubernetes, Docker,
हम्म।
and for backend we have SQL and NoSQL both, and for version control we have GitHub and Jenkins. For front end, we have React. Okay, so that's
So that's a lot
the.
of tech stack. So you will recommend these tech stacks for the people who are really very aspiring जो अभी जाना चाहते हैं, right? And these are
Well,
the.
okay, so yeah, this tech stack can be segregated. If someone just wants to be solely into backend, they can
हम्म।
just go with Java, Spring Boot, and
हम्म।
microservice. And if they want to be a very well-versed front end, then they can go with React, Next, all those
हम्म।
things. And if someone who has done either of this and they have ample amount of time, then they can
हम्म।
learn either of the remaining, so that they can become a full stack developer.
अभी मतलब ऐसा हो गया ना कि लोग प्रोजेक्ट्स तो बनाते हैं बट दे आर नॉट वेरी मच अवेयर ऑफ कि उन्हें बनाना क्या है, एंड वो बना तो लेते हैं बट उन्हें पता ही नहीं रहता कि क्या बना है, राइट? तो तुम अभी अगर बता सको
हम्म।
कि तुम मस्क में कुछ ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट जिस पे तुमने काम किया और जो रियल लाइफ के बेसिस पे बहुत अच्छा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एक प्रोजेक्ट हो सकता है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि तुम इंटायर प्रोजेक्ट बताओ, बट तुम उस लेवल पे बता दो कि हाँ लोगों को ये समझ में आ जाए कि वो जो तुम
आई गॉट
जिसमें।
इट, इट डिपेंड्स एक्चुअली। तुम्हें मैं बताना चाहता हूँ निशांत, इट डिपेंड्स एक्चुअली। प्रोजेक्ट तो सब बनाते हैं, लाइक डेफिनेटली गो ऑन, ट्राई योर टेक स्टैक वट एवर यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन। बट कंपनी में जब आप आओगे तो जरूरी नहीं है कि सेम टेक स्टैक जो आपने प्रैक्टिस कर रखा है उसी से आएगा। पहला तो आपको माइंडसेट बनाना पड़ेगा कि आई आई कैन स्विच बिटवीन माई टेक स्टैक। अगर आप मतलब बहुत ज्यादा अड़े रहोगे कि नहीं मैंने इसी में प्रैक्टिस किया है, इसी में करना है, जैसे मैंने इनिशियली बताया, मैं क्लाउड में था, बहुत ज्यादा सेल्स फोर्स एंड वो वाले डोमेन में था। बट मर्क्स में मैंने पूरा अपना टेक स्टैक चेंज किया। तो दैट्स वन थिंग। अब मैं बताता हूँ क्या, कि अगर आप लकीली आप बैकएंड डेवलपर वाला आपका प्रैक्टिस भी है और उसी रोल आपको मिल रहा है उसी का, अगर कंपनी
ओके।
में, तो आपको किस तरह के प्रोजेक्ट्स हेल्पफुल होंगे? इट विल बी डेफिनेटली, आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो बेसिक CRUD एप्लीकेशन से, थोड़ा आर्किटेक्चर समझने का कोशिश कर सकते हो, उसमें उप्स प्रिंसिपल कैसे लगाया जा सकता है, वर्जन कंट्रोल कैसे कर सकते हैं। वर्जन कंट्रोल क्या होता है कि लाइक जब आप एक एंटरप्राइज लेवल पे काम करोगे तो मोर देन 2 to 3 डेवलपर्स साइमल्टेनियसली एक ही प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करते हैं। तो यू नीड टू नो कि हाउ टू टेक कोड फ्रॉम अ कॉमन सोर्स, how to push it in your branch, and then how to work together, how to avoid merge conflict kind of thing. तो इस तरह के बेसिक चीजें आप खुद से सिनेरियो बेस्ड सिनेरियो क्रिएट करके खुद के लोकल रेपोज एंड प्रोजेक्ट्स में ये सब कर सकते हो।
हाँ, बाय द
तो
वे
दीज
मैंने
थिंग्स विल बी रियली
मैंने
हेल्प।
हाँ तो जिस तरह से मार्केट में लेऑफ्स चल रहे थे, तो ऑफ कोर्स तुम्हारे भी कंपनी से बहुत सारे लेऑफ्स हो रहे होंगे, एंड सो हाउ डिड यू टैकल दैट सिचुएशन? मींस तुम्हारे कंपनी से भी, तुम्हारे डिपार्टमेंट से भी लोग जा रहे
वेल,
होंगे।
ले ऑफ, यस, करेंटली बबल बर्स्ट हुआ था। बहुत ज्यादा हायरिंग हुई थी कोरोना टाइम, एंड लाइक बहुत ज्यादा मेजर टेक जायंट्स भी ले ऑफ कर रहे थे। तो अगर उस सिचुएशन में, अगर यू यू रियली वांट टू सेव योर save your role. So what
हाँ।
you have to do is, like, from day one you will have to start creating dependency in your team, in your project, and in your organization. What dependency means here is, these are some corporate terms which I'm bringing. तो डिपेंडेंसी समथिंग लाइक जहां पर पता रहे कि अगर कोई काम आए तो यार ये सबसे पहले निशांत को दिया जाए या प्रियांशु को दिया जाए क्योंकि ये कर लेगा। ठीक है, सो दो
मतलब
डिपेंडेंसीज
इन
एंड
शॉर्ट
लाइक,
आप
या
बात करना
इफ
चाह रहे हो कि आपका स्किल मैटर करता है, अगर आप ऐसे भी करके।
स्किल स्ट्रांग करना है, करेक्ट, एंड आपको दिखाना है कि आपका काम बोलना चाहिए, तो फिर वो लोग आपको डेफिनेटली रखेंगे।
ओके, सो कमिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। सो बेसिकली आई वांटेड टू आस्क दैट कि क्या रिसेंट टाइम्स में तुमने स्विच करने का ट्राई किया? और अगर रिसेंट टाइम्स पे स्विच करने का ट्राई किया तो किस टेक स्टैक में किया? और क्या सीटीसीज तुम्हें ऑफर हो रही थी? और मीन्स वाज इट वेरी
वेल,
सरप्राइजिंग
मैंने,
टू? हाँ, सो लेट मी कंप्लीट
करेक्ट
ऑन।
करेक्ट, राइट।
तो क्या तुम्हारे लिए सरप्राइजिंग था कि मतलब इस लेवल पे सिटी से तुम्हें ऑफर हो रही है? For a person who has started from nowhere, who has started from 5 6 and suddenly getting some double x amount, for example 30 32 33, not talking about any specific case, but तो उस केस में जब तुम्हें ऑफर हो रहे थे उस लेवल के सिटी से, तो तुम्हारे लिए क्या वो ओवरवेलमिंग था? एंड हाउ डिड यू मीन्स टेक द सिचुएशन, डिड यू प्लान टू स्विच, एंड व्हाट वाज दैट? आई जस्ट वांट टू नो।
Okay, so yeah, I generally do. I'm currently in that phase of my life कि अभी मैं generally ज़्यादा switch कर नहीं रहा हूँ. There are two factors. As per my state of mind is also one thing, और दूसरा भी market भी ज़्यादा stable नहीं है. And but still I used to get some calls, नौकरी पे प्रोफाइल है, लिंक्डइन पे है, so the HR used to reach out, and out of fun, or like out, not just fun, I would say, that's not the correct word, but out of curiosity to test my skills, whether I'm ready for market standards or not. Okay, what kind of interviews are going on, to just assess my skill, that
Okay.
the skills which I have gathered in these 2 years are giving me jobs or not, or what I'm lagging behind. So I sat on one or two interviews, and then, like, I cleared multiple rounds, and I got few offers. Um, I got rejection as well. Rejection was due to I was not good in DSA. I was not prepared well for DSA because अभी डे टू डे लाइफ में आप जनरली प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करते हो, तो आप जनरली उस तरह के डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स
हम्म
में पर्टिकुलरली आप वो सब कोड नहीं करके आपको आप वैसा मैटर नहीं करता है, हाउ टू से,
हम्म
लाइक आपको सारे टेस्ट केसेस क्लियर नहीं करवाने रहते
गॉट इट
हैं। द
हम्म
प्रोडक्ट यू आर बिल्डिंग सम प्रोडक्ट, यू आर नॉट जस्ट मेकिंग सम डिजाइन पैटर्न और डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स पे आप नहीं काम कर रहे होते, तो वो प्रैक्टिस नहीं था। But yeah, those companies which I cleared over there, I was getting a better hike
हम्म
as compared to my current. But
गॉट इट
like yeah, I didn't thought of because as I told, कि dependency is something which you should definitely look for in an organization. So I find I have quite dependencies and I'm a bit stable and I want to
and
try
this is
to
a
gain
remote
more
role.
skills.
This is a remote
Yeah,
role
that is a
completely.
remote role. I'm working from home. That's also one advantage, which made me to not consider those offers because they were
Mm.
calling me on-site. So no, I'm trying to gain more experience in my current organization in the area of DevOps and
Okay,
yeah, DevOps it is. So post like few months, I would see if I want to switch.
got it. So if I would say that तुम तीन एडवाइस दो अभी के यूथ को जो अभी कर रहे हैं ये चीज, तो वो तीन एडवाइस इस डोमेन के लिए क्या होगा? Only three advice if you would given the chance to give, then what would it be?
Well, you will have to be good at DSA। सब कुछ स्ट्रेस करते हैं बहुत ज्यादा, ये
Mm.
सैचुरेटेड टॉपिक हो गया है, बट या इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट क्योंकि आजकल सब इंटरव्यूज में दे विल आस्क टू
Mm-hmm.
सॉल्व क्वेश्चन।
Okay.
और बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज में भी नहीं तो बहुत सारे टेस्ट लिंक्स भेज देते हैं आपको, आपको सूडो कोड्स मिलता है, तो वो आपको हेल्प मिलेगा करने के लिए, तो दैट इज मस्ट। सेकेंड इज डेफिनेटली मेक प्रोजेक्ट्स, दो
Mm.
आई बिलीव कि मोर देन सर्टिफिकेट प्रोजेक्ट्स आर मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, प्रोजेक्ट
Okay.
होल्ड्स मोर वेटेज।
Mm.
बिकॉज तब आप कुछ इस तरह, और वो प्रोजेक्ट कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब इंटरव्यू आपसे पूछेगा कि ये एक्सेप्शन कैसे आता है, या फिर अगर मैंने ये किया और वो नहीं किया, तो फिर कोड किस तरह से रिएक्ट करेगा, साइक्लिक डिपेंडेंसी क्या होता है, बहुत सारी छोटे छोटे चीजें जो अगर आप कॉपी पेस्ट करोगे तो फिर आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा कि ये क्यों हो रहा है।
Definitely.
तो प्रोजेक्ट्स विद योर ओन मेहनत, दैट सेकेंड थिंग।
Mm.
एंड द थर्ड थिंग विल बी बी फ्लेक्सिबल, जस्ट डो नॉट स्टिक विद वन टेक स्टैक। अगर आपके पास टाइम है अभी, जो कि होना चाहिए, तो कीप ऑन एडिंग स्किल्स, लाइक अगर बैक एंड हो गया तो फ्रंट एंड पे चले जाओ, फ्रंट एंड हो गया तो फिर देखो कि एसक्यूएल नो एसक्यूएल कैसे काम करता है, दोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। अगर वो भी हो गया तो फिर देखो कि क्लाउड में कैसे डिप्लॉय किया जाता है, कैसे CI/CD होती है, कैसे आप ऐप इनसाइट्स चेक करते हो, सो दोज थिंग्स।
So when I was in my work, means when I was in my company, so at that time, people were really very bothered about कि कैसा project होना चाहिए, and they were really very working hard. तो DS से ज़्यादा वो लोग project पे ही ध्यान दे रहे थे, and that is one of the things that I would like to highlight. And also,
करेक्ट।
I think you have covered most of the things, but I wanted to ask one thing that you were also planning to write CAT, but you didn't end up writing CAT. So why was it like that? Means I wanted to ask why not MBA?
Okay, definitely. The MBA is why not MBA, and why I was planning in the first place was, first place why I was planning was that time I was not very much satisfied. I was thinking कि I'm not good enough in tech, I was thinking. It was a
Okay.
very initial during my, initial phase of my technical or my career. So I was thinking that, okay, this is not something for me. But then I started understanding it and I started getting results and I was doing quite good. I started getting recognition and stuff.
Hmm.
I kind of started liking my job. So I was like, okay, this is good. This is something which I can do for a while to become
Hmm.
more good at it, to be more
Okay.
confident at it. And MBA is something which I was definitely thinking to do only if I can get, tier one college, because I have already studied in a
If you could
tier three
explicitly
college.
mention
And
what are tier one colleges, I'm sorry to interrupt.
yeah, tier one colleges are like the colleges, which you get from um, CAT and Accelerize. Not
Hmm.
all the Accelerize, but top Accelerize and all the top IIMs like
Okay.
ABC and It's also if you can get some baby IIMs, that is also fine. But I'm not talking about, those online MBA programs or any private,
Non-hands.
yeah, non-AMS. Definitely non-AMS were never an option, and
Hmm.
non-XLRIs were also not an option. So those things. And you being an MBA, I am alumni or like pursuing a candidate, you would know that okay, doing MBA is not a cakewalk,
Yeah, definitely.
so piece of cake. So yeah, it's so for me, like that time, I was doing more into my technical skills as well. But I was then I just made my mind, okay, let me be well versed with this first,
Hmm.
and down the line, in next 2 3
You can
years,
plan for
फिर
executive
MBA
MBA.
का, हाँ एग्जीक्यूटिव एमबीए करने का तो वो
Definitely.
था।
I also tell people that कि टायर वन से हो तो ठीक है, टीयर वन से सॉरी।
हाँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि बस एमबीए का टैग लेने के लिए कहीं से भी कर लिए, वैसा नहीं करना था।
टीयर वन में भी एज इन ऐसा नहीं है कि नॉन आइएम्स नहीं आता, जैसे एफएमएस हो गया, एमडीआई गुड़गांव हो गया, एक्सेल राई हो गया, वो तो
एग्जैक्टली, एक्सेलराइज वो
आईआईएम
भी।
नहीं है, बट इट्स छक्के मार रहा है। So at the end of the discussion, I would like to ask any things which you would like to add into this interview would add some value. Anything, any closing comments?
Well, one major thing which I have learned from life is that, look, you cannot just take something for granted. I have seen this. Like, अगर आपको टायर वन कॉलेज मिल गया है तो भी you can't just sit and relax कि अब तो हो ही जाएगा. And
Hmm.
if you go into a very good organization, there also you can't just sit and relax कि now तो अब life set है.
Got it.
Because I have
है तो
seen that life,
हाँ,
uh,
है तो
yeah,
आखिरकार
life is,
प्राइवेट ही।
यस एग्जैक्टली, मतलब लाइफ आपको, मतलब ऐसा चीज है ना कि मतलब सबको मौका देने के लिए ना सबको बैलेंस आउट कर ही देता है एक बार तो। आप बस किसी पास्ट अचीवमेंट को लेके बैठ नहीं सकते, वरना फिर समवन विल रन अहेड ऑफ यू। तो ऑलवेज जस्ट डोंट सिट एंड रिलैक्स, एक ब्रेक ले सकते हो कि चलो आई हैव डन गुड थिंग, आई अचीव दिस एंड चलो इट डिजर्व अ ब्रेक, बट उसके बाद फिर से आपको भागना पड़ेगा। सो दैट्स द हार्श रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ।
By the way, I have pinned the LinkedIn ID and the Instagram ID. So if you folks would like to follow and if would like to ask any sort of help, you are free to go. He is readily available on LinkedIn. He'll be ready to help. He'll be ready to guide. So definitely. And thank you, yeah, thank you so much for your time. And definitely, people would love to connect to you and please help them also. So thank you for this amazing discussion. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, Nishant, for having me, and it was great talking to you. And definitely, like you can again, we can create some more session in
Hmm.
depth to, like how to be, how to make a project, how to make resume, and how to very much organization in organizational related, like how to do good in your current organization. Those kind of videos we can make, and if it helps, definitely we will keep on making those videos. So
Sure, sure, definitely.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.